In Case You Missed It with Khristina Williams is an iHeart Women's Sports production in partnership with Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment. Welcome to another episode of In Case You Missed It with Khristina Williams here on iHeart Women's Sports Network. And the WNBA season has officially wrapped, and we're headed into the postseason. I'm super excited about today's guest because we're going to be joined by Monique Akoa Makani, who's making waves in her first WNBA season with the Phoenix Mercury. After a standout career overseas, she's carried that same energy and impact into the league and has been a force right from the jump. So without further ado, I want to welcome Monique to the show. Welcome to In Case You Missed It.
Hi.
Thank you for joining. So I want to congratulate you and the Phoenix Mercury on clinching a playoff spot. What has it been like to be a part of the team and share that accomplishment together?
Honestly, it has been a great honor for me because, to be honest, none of this was expected, really. Once I came here, it was obviously for training camp first, and I didn't really have no big expectations on myself with it. And I ended up being finding out that this was really a great organization in general. And honestly, I'm not surprised that we're where we are right now. Still grateful for it because, you don't know, a season is long and, it can turn out so many other ways. And I'm very glad that we happened to find a good spot into the playoffs. And honestly, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that.
You said that it was unexpected for you to be where you are right now. And you mentioned just coming over for training camp. What did it feel like to finally make that roster? Because we know how competitive it could be in terms of making, the final roster for the W. But what was that process like for you?
Honestly, it was such an emotional process for me because like I told you, I wasn't expecting it really, and things goes pretty fast here, so it's not like I really had time to sit and think about it at the time. And so it was just okay, if I'm here now, I have a spot, then let's just get into it, that means I'm supposed to be here. And yeah, my parents always told me growing up that I mean, everything that happens to you happens for a specific reason. And so, yeah, I was just trying to not repeat to myself constantly that I wasn't supposed to be here. And yeah, so yeah, I was just trying to take it one day at the time to be able to realize it, and at the same time, be on the present moment, live it, and then yeah.
Yeah, and you had a really strong career overseas before coming here. What made now the right time and the right moment for you to step into the W? And we've seen trends this entire season with more international players committing to the WNBA at the start of the season. But for you, what factored into that decision?
So it was an opportunity. I'm not gonna lie. I in my plan, I haven't planned that I was gonna be at the W this year, this season. I was more thinking of okay, I give myself 2, 3 more years, to really be and become a good EuroLeague player, and being more solid. Because it's actually my 4th year professional overseas. And I only have 2 years in the main division back in France. So it's and I was thinking you just need more time, and I was very very okay with that. And when I'm telling you that I didn't have no expectations big on myself, is literally because I didn't plan it. And when you don't plan things, sometimes it's you just go with no pressure, and it's oh, I just want to go out there and for me it was gonna be first to just measure myself, what I was missing to be able to really make a team or whatever. And it turns out that I had what was needed for me, especially in the specific spot here. So it was just a great fit, and you can't really plan those things, it's opportunity, and yeah, I just happened to take it.
Now that you've gone through sort of a full regular WNBA season, what's been the biggest difference when you compare playing overseas versus playing here?
The biggest difference. Hmm. I would say that here I definitely experienced like reaching my not only physical limits but also mental limits. Cause yeah, back in France is like I was, learning, growing like little by little, and here is like you gotta like learn faster. You gotta grow faster, and it just push you in a way like with all the media that's around, all those things. It's like yeah, it really push you like to get what needs to be done, mentally. Really take care of the little details, that you maybe would had more time to like think about it back in overseas because we don't have as much games that we have here. So yeah, I would say that mentally I've like reached some of my limits and more so even expanded them, which is very good. Yeah.
So you've stepped into a locker room essentially with some superstars on your team. Alyssa Thomas, who is an MVP frontrunner this season, Kalia Copper, who was a finals MVP, a champion, and Satu Sabali. What has it been like being able to learn from them and competing alongside of them this season?
Honestly, I'm a really big competitor, so it's like seeing what is it like to be around people that are as much competitive as you are, if not more. And it's just like, yeah, I'm not crazy. It's right to be competitive because sometimes I've been told like you're too competitive. Like sometimes not everything have to be like so competitive and stuff. And it's like yes and no. Sometimes if I feel like being myself is being competitive in every single thing that I do, it's fine. As long as that works for me. And yeah, I was very much I think how do you say lucky to be able to like just sit back and be able to observe those players, which I still do now and I hope I would continue to do. Cause yeah, it's just the mindset, like those players don't cheat with themselves. They really give 100% and they doing whatever is it that is necessary to make the team be the best it can be, sorry. And yeah, it's just amazing to watch, honestly. Like I couldn't dream to be in a better place, yeah, as a young player.
Yeah, and as this group looks to compete in the postseason, you guys have the chemistry, and I think that this team is peaking at the right time. But what will be the most important thing to make a deep run in the postseason for this group?
I think it's our consistency, becoming more and more consistent, especially on the defensive end, because we have so many talented players that honestly, I don't really think that we should worry about offense so much. But definitely defense. Like I know this sounds like a phrase, a sentence that somebody like people just say a lot, but it's really like the defense that wins championship. And if we are able to like become very consistent on the defensive end and we apply the same heat that we've been applying and be more physical, all those little stuff like rebounding, like do the simple stuff even harder with more intensity and with more intentions. I think there's nobody that can stop us, really.
Does it ever cross your mind that you get to play for a storied franchise like the Phoenix Mercury that was built on the back of a player like a Diana Taurasi, like a Brittany Griner who came before you? What does it mean to be a part of the Phoenix Mercury?
Oh, honestly, it's a legacy. It's like I came here, I found that there was a legacy, and I mean, it's an honor, but it's also kind of a little burden to be able like to keep that going because I don't want to be the player that came and all of a sudden everything stops. No, I'm a competitor and I want this to get even better and better. Not to say that I'm trying to necessarily do better than Diana Taurasi, like what they did. But honestly, if that's what I'm able to do, yeah, that would be the goal. Cause yeah, I don't think limiting myself is gonna be the right thing to do.
In a way, you're sort of creating your own path and legacy as a professional athlete, right? Because I feel like, especially this season, when I look at players like Maureen Johannes, like Gabby Williams, the players who have committed to the W, you guys are creating a new pathway to the WNBA for a new set of players who come from overseas and commit to the WNBA. When you think about your career in totality leading up to this moment and the pathways that you all are creating for a new subset group of professional athletes, what does that mean to you?
It's an honor, honestly, to be able to be somebody that younger generation can look up to. I've always wanted to be and do something that could inspire others, because that's how I work. I really work by inspiration. I take my inspiration a little bit from everybody, and yeah, it's really an honor, and I hope that not only like my generation, but even them after, they're all gonna believe that. Yeah, it's just about like yeah, putting the work in every day, believing in yourself, and yeah, also like enjoying the process, because like most of the time, even like me today, the younger generation, we want things to happen so fast. So yeah, I'm realizing that it's not really like the results at the end. It's really like the path that you're just going through that makes you like, okay, get to some places that you really want to reach. And yeah, I hope that's what people are gonna like remember most. Yeah.
Who was someone that inspired you on your journey?
Kobe Bryant a lot. Growing up, the Mamba mentality part mostly. But as a player, I really looked up to Maya Moore growing up. So yeah, those are the two players that I would say that I really looked up to.
You said you grew up being inspired by Kobe's Mamba mentality. What parts of Maya Moore's game were you most inspired by?
She can do everything. And I don't know, I've always grew up with this thing where it's like people would always tell you, okay, get very good at the one thing, and then okay, you can be all right on everything else and you will be good. But I always thought that like if I could be great at every single thing, then who is gonna tell me no? And I feel like looking at her game, she could rebound, she could pull up, like have a pull up jump shot. She had the 3-point shot. She had like free throws. She was very good. She could penetrate. She could pass. She could do it all and very good. And that's just the type of player I want to be. Like I don't want to choose either defending or just the offensive part. I want to be able to do both, and at my best like abilities. And yeah, that's where she inspired me.
2025 rookie class has been one of the most talented classes to come through the W. When you think about where you are in this moment in history and being a part of this 2025 rookie class, how you've been able to perform above the expectations of maybe what people thought you would be able to do this season, where do you pull that drive from?
Honestly, personally, a lot from my entourage, my people, friends, family, because I'm very blessed with all the people that support me and believe in me. And yeah, most of the time I just say that whenever I get on the court, I just think about like having fun, because like I know when I'm having fun, that's where they enjoy me, like watching me play, and they enjoy my game the most. So I don't really think so much about, oh, I want to like put this amount of point, take this amount of this. I'm just thinking what my team needs now. That's what I have to give, and that's what I will try my best to give. And some days it works very good, and some other days it's just not as good. And it's just those days I'm looking at myself and I'm telling myself, okay, as long as you did what you had to do and you gave your best, then you just move on to the next game. Because again, here, I feel like you play so many games that you don't really, it would be a waste of time to like think so much, about like missed shots or turnovers that you did, now if you gave your best, then just move on.
I like that. Now, I have to ask you, Mo, about your welcome to the W moment because when rookies come through, Diana Taurasi famously said, reality's going to come for some rookies. But have you had a welcome to the W moment this season? Was there a moment on the court where you just like, okay, I feel like I've arrived?
So for me, it was my very first game against the Aces. And so I was doing this like pick and roll on 45 degree, and I'm rejecting the screen, going to the layup. And at the very end, I promise you, I thought I was wide open. The very end, I see A'ja Wilson coming. And the way she blocked that shot, I was like, yep, next time go get some contact or whatever, but never go there lazy thinking that it's done. So yeah, that was my very welcome, I think.
A'ja Wilson gave you your first welcome to the W moment. How fitting. She's one of the best players in the world right now. All right, off the court, I know you've mentioned missing your French bakeries and your mom's Cameroonian cooking. What's something about Phoenix that made you feel like you're home or made you feel like you are enjoying this experience?
Honestly, like I said, the organization. I don't think I could have landed in a better place, to be honest. The way people welcome me here and the way that they really like are still taking care of me right now. Because of course I told you like this season was made of up and downs. And during my downs, I know that for sure I had people that were there to listen to me, to give me advice, to take me out sometimes to go like just eat a regular dinner, to just hang out, to think about something else and provide like this emotional support that I needed. Because I'm a very much of a like family and friends person. So most of the time when I'm feeling bad, what I need is just like some good connections. And here I really felt like on the human part, people were very, very human. Like they really understood that human part. And yeah, I'm very grateful for that because I don't think that's everywhere, especially like in the sports industry. Yeah, so I would say that.
I think what you're saying, it sort of is reflective of how a lot of the athletes, especially the W, are starting to feel like when organizations invest into their players and they can only worry about basketball, you get a better product on the court, essentially. You talked about building that team chemistry. I know that fans love to see all the different TikToks and social media videos from the Phoenix Mercury players, but is there anyone specific on the team that has sort of taken you under your wing as you start this new chapter in your professional career?
There's not a specific person. Honestly, I would say Satu Sabali, AT, Kalia Cooper. Yeah, Sammy Whitcomb. Like, I have so many people that I can look up to, I can learn from, I admire here that, yeah, you can tell they just here like to be able to give back. They're not those type of like vets that don't really care, sometimes about the rookies. Here I'm really lucky. I mean, all the rookies that are here are very lucky to have like some good vets. And yeah. I would say everybody, honestly. I don't have one person.
Coach Nate Tippett, he's been on the topic of conversation all season long with just how he's been able to lead this team into the postseason and how really this team has exceeded everyone's expectations in terms of the ceiling and where you all have really gone this season. What would you say is his philosophy for this group?
Like I told you, they really care about the human part. So it's very important for him that kind of family kind of vision. He always says that it's about us. And we have this little thing where sometimes we will make shirts, and you'll write like Mercury versus everybody or Mercury family. Like it's always about this family mentality, which would keep us like grounded into each other, knowing that, okay, if I'm not good today, somebody's there for me, you know. That was the biggest thing I would say. And I would say like basketball wise, he treated everybody the same. And that's pretty rare because sometimes you wouldn't like notice that some coaches, because of like you have vets, you have like rookies, like which could happen sometimes, like have different treatments, you know. And I feel like with him, it's just everybody is treated the same way. And yeah, just in that, you know, like you're gonna have your chance at some point. The opportunity is gonna come, and so you just got to get yourself ready for the opportunity, you know. So yeah.
Well, Monique, before we let you get out of here, as the Phoenix Mercury look to compete for a championship in the postseason, and as you guys look to just accomplish that goal that you all have, what excites you the most about being in your first WNBA playoffs?
I'm pretty excited to see how the atmosphere is gonna be. The atmosphere and even like the tension on the court between two teams that, you know, are really fighting for their spot to the next step. And yeah, just seeing how good that can like even bring us even more together to be able like to focus on that one goal, which is to go get that championship.
Almo, I wish you the best of luck in the postseason. Thank you so much for chatting with us this week on
I
In Case You
appreciate you.
Missed It. Wish you all the best of luck in the postseason.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. That's going to do it for this week's episode of In Case You Missed It with Khristina Williams. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review this episode, and tune into the WNBA postseason. We'll see you next time. In Case You Missed It with Khristina Williams is an iHeart Women's Sports production in partnership with Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment. You can find us on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.